8 surprising tips on how to deal with anxiety. We all have anxious moments. Anxiety about money, job interviews, and social activities. Such emotions are normal and even useful. We may feel invigorated and concentrated. However, people who suffer from anxiety may find them agonizing. Anxiety disorders affect 1 in every 5 Americans, according to a 2020 study. These diseases cause long-term worry and insecurity that disrupt daily routines. Anxiety problems can increase your risk of heart disease, diabetes, substance abuse, and depression. Therapy and other unusual methods of reducing body temperature can help most anxiety problems. Anxiety management is one of the most significant steps you can take to improve the quality of your life. In this video, you'll learn some unexpected tips on how to deal with anxiety. Let's begin. Don't worry about missing out on future videos, just subscribe to our channel and switch on the notifications. Also, let us know what you know about some other surprising tips on how to deal with anxiety in the comments section. Let's get right to the point. 8 surprising tips on how to deal with anxiety. Here are a few surprising tips on how to deal with the anxiety that you may not have considered before. 1. Hands-on approach. Keeping one's hands busy can have a calming effect on many people. To relieve stress and anxiety, people are turning to activities like coloring, Play-Doh, silly putty, or learning to knit or crochet. 2. Make connections. We feel better after spending time with friends and letting our hair down. Make and maintain relationships with others, and whenever possible, spend time with them in person. Instead of spending too much time on social media, try calling or writing notes to people who aren't close by. This has been found in studies to decrease anxiety levels. 3. Eat healthfully and engage in regular physical activity. When it comes to our physical health, diet and exercise have an enormous impact on our mental and emotional well-being as well. Eating a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains will help you stay hydrated and healthy. Limit your intake of caffeinated beverages, alcoholic beverages, and sugary or highly processed foods. Vitamin deficiencies, low energy, and dehydration can cause anxiety, so it's important to take care of yourself physically to improve your emotional well-being. As a meditative form of exercise, yoga can be especially helpful for people suffering from anxiety, stress, or depression. You can also use breathing techniques on your own to help you feel more in control and calm in stressful situations. 4. Make time for your beloved pets. Anxiety levels are often reduced in people when they're in the presence of animals. Even watching fish swim in a tank can be relaxing, especially if you have a pet of your own. You and your pet will both benefit if you spend time with each other. Make sure you weigh the pros and cons before deciding to get a pet if you haven't already. Having a pet comes with responsibilities, and if you're not ready for them, it can be stressful. People who own pets are more than happy to have you come over and play with them. If you don't want to deal with the constant responsibility of owning a pet, consider volunteering with your local humane society. 5. Attempt difficult tasks. Anxiety can be reduced by putting yourself in situations that make you anxious. Don't rush things. Small, regular steps are often more effective than one giant leap. When you first start, your efforts may increase anxiety, but as you continue, you'll find that your anxiety in these situations will reduce and your self-confidence will increase. Learn to cope with whatever type or level of anxiety you're dealing with. Think outside the box. Figure out what works best for you, and welcome the new experiences and triumphs that life has in store for you. 6. Take care of others and make new friends. It can take some time to change how you respond to stress and anxiety when you've become accustomed to seeing it as a threat in your life. The Stanford psychologist Kelly McGonigal recommends that while you work on accepting that stress can be a positive feeling, you tend to befriend your stress. When we're stressed, we tend to focus on ourselves, which can exaggerate the severity of our problems. The best way to deal with your stress is to put it into caring for the people in your life and making new friends with whom you can build strong bonds of understanding and support. 7. Talk in third person. Anxiety can be reduced by talking to yourself in the third person. Psychological distance between you and the perceived threat can be achieved by speaking in the third person, according to research by Jason Moser and other authors. To put it another way, speaking to yourself in the third person allows you to see things from a better perspective than being consumed by worry and anxiety. As if you were comforting a close friend, you'll begin to speak to yourself with more compassion and forgiveness. A few phrases I've used recently in stressful situations as self-talk are as follows. Peter, it's okay if you're running late. Don't let the little things get to you, Peter. Peter, you did fantastic in that interview. It's up to you, Peter. You've got this. 8. De-stress with anti-stress body language. As soon as you notice yourself in a tense mental state, use your body language to express it. As you do this, make sure to follow the natural curve of your spine. The sun should be aimed directly at your chest and forehead. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and firmly planted on the ground. At the same time, keep your arms loosely tucked to your sides. The more expansive an athlete's body language is when they win a race, and the more defeated their body language is when they lose, according to a study conducted by Jessica L. Tracy and David Matsumoto. Do you want to project the image of someone who has achieved success? Maintain a neutral spine and keep your shoulders rolled back and feet firmly planted. To appear more confident, you need to look more confident. This is known as high body power, or the ability to occupy a large amount of space with one's body. Finally, it takes time and patience to learn how to deal with anxiety. First, you must be willing to put yourself in situations that cause you anxiety regularly to master this skill. To begin, all it takes is a single small step. To get better at anxiety management, practice makes perfect. You may find it helpful to seek help from a parent, school counselor, or therapist as you implement these tips. You can learn to control your anxiety if you receive the proper care and assistance. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and switch on the notifications. You can also check out our page for similar videos in the section below.